Hey, what's up people? Welcome back to another video. My name is Gerald, and again I had over $2,000 option profit month with just $10,000. So this is the fourth week I was selling options with my new account, and I've made about 25 to 27%, 30% on Monday night in profits just by selling options like every week, and it was insane. So I'm going to run you through how it came about and all that in this video. If you're new to this channel, my name is Gerald, and I talk about options trading, cryptocurrencies like mining, NFT gaming, possibly about the profits. So I talk about finance and how to make money and how do you live more frugally so that you can manage your money better and live more meaningful lives. But before we begin, let's take some time to thank today's sponsor. And today's sponsor is myself. So I've been talking about cryptocurrencies and options and stocks for a very long while now, and I've documented how much money I've made in a very transparent way, and I try to improve my transparency over time. So when it comes to cryptocurrencies, it's a very vast space, and I made money in many ways: buying the cryptocurrencies themselves, staking, liquidity pooling, mining, as well as NFT gaming recently. So then I talked about all of these things in a 1-hour video where I go through in depth where are the opportunities, where are the traps, where are the dangers, and this leads me to my coaching program, which you can get for a fee. If you're interested, do check out my in-depth free 1-hour lecture on cryptocurrencies, link in the description below. And without further ado, let's continue with the video. Let's start off with how I actually got started with options trading in the first place. Because options is so complex. It's like a contract, which is a derivative of buying stocks. So why not just buy stocks? And that is exactly what I did. I started with buying stocks outrightly, and I went for this. I started actually reading a lot of books in the army days, like throughout my army. I was reading tons of books, like tens of books. And then I went for like one of your local guru courses, which taught me how to sell options to earn small profits or collect premiums while getting to buy the stock at discount. So that's how I started selling options. Ever since then, I have been collecting like monthly dividends of about $200 every single month because I sold puts very defensively. So I just sell a put to try to buy a stock I wanted at discount, and that's really about it until this year, in which I saw an asymmetric opportunity based on how current options are priced. Because basically I saw like a loophole in this system, and I realized, hey, something is wrong with the way options are currently priced, and then therefore it resulted in asymmetric reward, which means I can earn a lot more than I'm supposed to. And I back tested this strategy throughout the COVID crash, and then I watched others do it. I tried to replicate it digitally before trying it in my actual wallet, and I realized that it works. It makes a lot of money. And then I very quickly tried it on my own portfolio. So I tried this in February, and I made 60+% returns in 4 months. But then again, I lost it all to meme stocks using a relatively different strategy because I'm still learning how this works in meme stocks. Yeah, that's my journey, how I got started to it. And then I decided, you know what, let's just start from scratch, to make sure that my portfolio is genuinely better than the index. So then I started a new challenge called the $10,000 portfolio challenge to try to see how much I can, make with this, just because I don't want to be guilty of saying, hey, this is the right method, because if you lose money, it's my fault. I want to just, share with you how I move and like trade, and if it works, follow me. If it if it doesn't work, learn from my mistakes. And just within a month, I made like 30% return, almost 30% return. Mind blown. It's just so amazing. I'm so excited and so happy to share how it works. Okay, so to sum up like the basic strategy of how this option secret is, it's actually no secret. It's on the idea on how options are mispriced. So one key factor to options, right, is that they are priced according to volatility, and they are priced according to implied volatility. So according to history or historical data, implied volatility is often overstated compared to the actual historical volatility. What this means is that options on average are priced more. The premiums are more than what they're supposed, or quote unquote supposed to be worth, or statistically supposed to be worth. So therefore, by selling options over the long period of time, the stats or math should work out to me making a slight profit. So that's where I get the edge. That's first. And the second technique that I use is that, according to Warren Buffett, if you have no idea what you're doing, just buy the US stock index and just hold it for the long term, and you'll be fine. You'll be mighty fine, because the US stock market is awesome. And I share the same view, and therefore I sell put options or put spreads on the SPY or the index on the major indexes, and therefore I have Uncle Buffett supporting my thesis. And that combined with the fact that implied volatility is more than historical volatility, it gives me an edge and a very strong, well-known, renowned investor who knows what he's talking, because I really don't, to back my investment methodology. So then I looked for research papers and a lot of data points to verify that this strategy works, and it does. And therefore I started doing such a thing by selling puts, spreads, or iron condors on indexes on a regular basis and hoping to earn from the spread. It's really that simple. So if I share this and charge $3,000 for a course, I think people are going to kill me like, Gerald, really? Yeah. But it works, it makes money, and it's funny how it works. And now I try to enhance and improve along the way from the mistakes I've learned, like particular trades that lose money, and I reiterate and try to diversify my portfolio a little bit to include like recently unloved strong companies like your Alibaba, your Starbucks, so that I can make my portfolio more diversified and defensive. Because the problem is I don't do very deep research in each company, so my risk is high. I should act like a defensive investor according to Uncle Buffett. Note that when I try to diversify my portfolio, I did not use like the topics that you learn in finance, which is like using beta or correlation to kind of make sure that your portfolio is completely low correlation, one stock to the other, to maximize profit. I didn't do that because I'm kind of lazy, and I don't know if that's actually a good way to do it, and because I spend a lot of time making B-rolls for my YouTube channel and gaming NFTs to make money. So yeah, that's that. Just quick disclaimer, if you have any advice on how I can improve my portfolio, it would be much appreciated. But I think based on my research analysis and the fact I try to diversify and reduce my loss-making position based on what I've learned over the past 4 or 5 months to optimize my portfolio better, it's sufficient. So therefore, that's how I arrive at this. So jokes aside, I am actually quite serious when it comes to options trading, because it's my money, and I want to walk through this whole process with you. So join me. If you haven't, subscribe so that you can learn and walk through my options journey with me. First thing you need to know is that options are inherently very risky, and I want to reiterate that sometimes the overall concept of the strategy is really simple, but to execute the nitty-gritty details, right, it gets very dangerously tricky, because if you miss out one small part, that small part can cost you tens of thousands of dollars. After all, investing is literally click, buy, click, sell. So if you click wrongly, you buy and lose a lot of money, and you click wrongly, you sell and you sell a huge loss. So bear in mind, it's easy to actually execute, but the little tactical things can be very complicated. So just bear that in mind. And I've spent years trying to learn investing as a base to kind of help support my my options trading strategy. So just take note of that. Let's go into the very juicy stuff, and I'm going to run through some of the positions I have last week, and I'm going to review some of the positions I have, that make money, lose money, and we'll just discuss and have a good time, yeah? So let's get started. So let's refresh. Yeah, I don't know why I'm down, like I just lost like $70. Okay, anyways, I think today's market is going to be really red. That's why the market is down. As you can see, I have like $14,000 of cash, even though my portfolio value it's like $12,500, and that is because when you sell options, people pay you premium upfront, so therefore you have more cash. So let's just go to reports, and that's really where all the stuff is. So I put in 10,100, and you know what, the statement is going to tell you exactly how much I put in. So let's just hop right into the statement. So I'm going to run the mark to market summary just right here today, so that you get my full portfolio. Alright, so let's look at deposit and withdrawals. Yep, so therefore I put in $100 so that I can actually open the account. Then when I learn how it works, I put in $10,000 more, converted that to US dollars, and realized my Singapore dollar account had a -4 value, which they are charging interest, and therefore I topped up $5 more in. Yeah, why would they allow me to transfer all and have a negative balance on my Singapore dollar account? Still baffles me, man. So that's why I put that $5 in. So that's my initial capital. Let's look at my net asset value. Right now I'm up 24.78%. Year to date, it was closer to 26, but again, it fluctuates on a day-to-day basis. So let's look at the most juicy part, which is the position and mark-to-market profit and losses. If this sounds good, be sure to, you know what to do. Thumbs up for more. So okay, let's look. Again, I talked about my position, Alibaba. So you can see I sold, I don't think this is the same position. So 175 and 180. So this is probably the pair. Yeah. So there's a lot of put options here. There's just 4 put options. I'm not exactly sure which is which. So this pair lost 700, and this earns. So this is probably the spread. Yeah. And you can see one made money, one lost money, and therefore the net gain is $120. And usually when I sell options, I sell like 2 weeks long. So this is probably sold in mid of July. Profit 120 because Baba is more than 125 now. On 6th of August is more, so I get the full profit. Yeah. So then from there, how do I see where do I close? So most of it I think everything expired worthless except Starbucks. So Starbucks had a huge climb because of earnings, which I made a mistake of trading during earnings period, and I lost $600. There we go. This is the position that lost me money. So this is the call, both sides, 700. So I earned $300 and I lost $400. So I guess my adjustments kind of minimized the loss a little. So that's my major loss in this 4 weeks. So that's Starbucks. But this is mitigated by the fact that I sold a lot of puts, and the lots of puts kind of reduce my loss of call option. So therefore, I think I recall losing $600. But I think maybe because this is, I don't know why it's $400. Yeah, maybe there were more positions that were loss making. So then I averaged out to that amount of money. And then there is Shift, which expires in 17 September, which I just sold. It's currently down, but I think so far the Shift I sold has been making money. And as you can see, a lot of indexes, index, a lot of index, and they're all 129, profit $50, profit $60, profit $60, profit $30, profit $60, profit $40, profit $30, profit $20, profit $60. I lost. I think this is currently still open. Yep, there we go. It's still open. So by the end of this week, if SPY is below 451, which I think it's quite pessimistic given the current market condition, then I will earn, I don't know how much I'll earn, but the rest of the premium, which is $30 times 2, so about $60 in earnings. So you can see it's small amounts of money, but they really stack up over time with many trades. So then there's Tesla. This is my other mistake. So I think Tesla, in this case, I closed for a $45 profit, but I think Tesla has been mooning a lot, so I'm kind of skeptical. So I closed it early. I didn't let it expire. And then there is the put position, which is $600. So if Tesla falls below $600, then I'll lose money. What do you think are the odds that Tesla will fall below $600 by July, which happened? So they didn't. I earned the full sum of money. Oh, no wonder this was profitable. So basically, you can see this are my position. And Tesla, I'm very vested in because the volatility is extremely high, which gives me a huge margin and very high premiums, and that's why I sell Tesla, even though Tesla is tech and very volatile. So the fundamentals can be very debatable. So that's why that's that. So that's really briefly my strategy. I spend about 1 hour-ish on Mondays and Wednesdays, and the rest of the time reading news casually. So I don't actually track those hours. So it's not a lot of effort that I spend to actively trade like a day trader of some sort. I don't, and I made like $2,000+, which is mind-boggling. I'm still crazy impressed with the numbers right now, but I just want to share like my thoughts on the insights, like, on a more serious note, right? So if you found my portfolio to be super simple and yet ironically profitable, and you want to kind of consider, you know what, give me a thumbs up so that I know that, hey, people actually watch and am seriously considering my strategies, right? So if you want to kind of discuss more, I run a Discord group where we talk in a lot more details about how to actually trade those positions, and I do share some of my trades in the Discord group if you want to kind of follow me. So do join me there. If it's really strong, subscribe so that you show me a vote of support so that I can hit 10,000 subscribers and maybe do YouTube full time instead of selling options now. Probably sell options. Let's talk about the future outlook, because let's say if you were to start trading options this week, what do you think? So right now I see that the market has experienced a sector rotation. So people started to invest in tech, people started to become a little bit bullish. So the market was like green, and it was just trailing all the way up for a very long time. And the thing about the stock market is that it can't go up in one straight line. So it has to go up, down, and once it reverts to the mean for a little while, it can then go further up along the trend. So therefore, I see that this week itself, I think the market is going to be quite red. Monday was scarily red at the start, and then it became green at the end. But I think the rest of this week is going to be quite red. So that's just my outlook. So if you want to sell options, don't sell put options this week because it's quite scary. You might want to wait till the mid of the week or end of the week. Then you sell for subsequent weeks just to be safe. But again, if you sell options at a very far away delta, for me, I look at a 0.1 delta to a 0.3 delta. The 0.3 is usually very dangerous. 0.1 is where I find very safe. You still have quite a big margin of safety. So therefore, you would not lose money until the market drops a lot, which I think might happen this week. And therefore, I'm just staying safe, keeping my hands clean. So just bear in mind the performance that I've gotten, which is like 25% in 4 weeks, or 25 to 30%. It was actually much higher start of the week. So sad it kind of dropped. Just want to tell you, this is unrealistically high in my personal opinion. I think I will revert down a lot lower to about 5 to maybe 10% a month, and that is super amazing to me. So So just want to set the expectation straight so that you would not think that it is possible to make like 250% off your investment trading options a year. That is totally unrealistic. So just want to set that straight. And options is inherently a zero-sum game. So if I'm making money, someone else there is losing money. So I won, and I've been winning in a month. So therefore, you have to be very particular and smart with every single details that you are doing when it comes to options trading. Even though it's easy, it's a click, but you need to be really, really smart. So if you're new to options investing and you want to, get started, and you watch several YouTube tutorials on how to learn options investing, and you're confused, like what is buy put, sell put, buy call, sell call, and they're all over the place, don't worry. In the next video, I'm going to talk about an easy way to remember put options versus call options, and then the difference between buying and selling, all that other stuff that's kind of confusing when you first get started in options trading. So if you want to check that video out, check it out over here. Or if you're experienced, you can do a quick recap. If not, check out what YouTube recommends you over here, and be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, everyone.